The declining player numbers for Throne and Liberty on Steam can be attributed to several factors. Gameplay experience. Some players have expressed dissatisfaction with the game's mechanics, describing it as either too grindy or lacking in engaging content. This has led to boredom and a subsequent drop in player retention. Technical issues. At launch, the game faced significant technical problems, including server instability and connectivity issues, which hindered the gaming experience for many users. Botting problems. The presence of bots within the game has been noted, affecting the in-game economy and overall player experience. This issue has contributed to player frustration and departures. Monetization concerns. The game's monetization strategies, particularly those that may favor players willing to spend money, have led to perceptions of an uneven playing field, causing some players to leave. Solo player experience. The game has been criticized for not being accommodating to solo players, which has alienated a segment of the player base seeking a more individual gameplay experience. These factors have collectively contributed to the ongoing decline in Throne and Liberty's player numbers on Steam. Players are leaving Throne and Liberty due to several key issues. Pay-to-win mechanics. The game heavily favors players who spend money, creating a significant imbalance. Free-to-play players struggle to progress meaningfully, leading to frustration and a sense of futility. Unrewarding gameplay for free players. Free-to-play players find the game unrewarding over time, as it doesn't provide meaningful rewards for their efforts. This lack of incentive contributes to boredom and disengagement. Toxic PvP environment. The game's design promotes toxic gameplay and gatekeeping, with large guilds dominating valuable events and preventing others from competing. This environment discourages new and casual players. Unintuitive combat mechanics. Players have criticized the combat system as unintelligible, with poorly explained skills and convoluted mechanics, detracting from the overall gaming experience. Limited content and progression. The game imposes restrictions that hinder progression, such as limited dungeon runs and capped farming opportunities, making it difficult for players to advance without spending money. The targeting system in Throne and Liberty has been a common point of contention for many players. Some of the reasons players might dislike the targeting system include lack of precision. If the targeting system relies heavily on auto-lock or soft targeting, players may feel they lack precise control over their actions, which can be frustrating in fast-paced combat. Unintuitive mechanics. If the system feels clunky or counterintuitive, it can detract from the overall experience, especially for players used to more refined targeting systems in other MMOs. PvP concerns. In games with a heavy PvP focus, targeting systems need to allow for skill expression. A poorly designed targeting system can give advantages to players with less skill or create imbalances. Mismatch with gameplay style. If the game's mechanics or environments don't synergize well with the targeting system, it can feel out of place. For instance, if the game demands high mobility, but the targeting system struggles to keep up, it can lead to frustration. Comparison to other MMOs. Players often compare systems to those of successful competitors, like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy XIV, or Black Desert Online. If Throne and Liberty's system feels inferior, it will likely draw criticism. Throne and Liberty has a lot of potential. Here are some areas where it could improve based on general MMORPG trends and common feedback themes. 1. Combat system. Make combat more dynamic and impactful. If the combat feels slow, clunky, or lacks fluid animations, it may struggle to attract players used to action-oriented systems like Black Desert Online or Elden Ring. Adding weighty animations, better hit feedback, and skill combos could improve immersion. 2. Balance between PvE and PvP. Strike a better balance to cater to diverse player bases. PvP systems can alienate PvE-focused players if they're too invasive. Optional PvP zones, well-balanced PvP rewards, and engaging PvE content, like raids or dungeons, would broaden appeal. 3. Dynamic world and events. Expand on world interactivity and events. While T&L has a promising weather system, more dynamic content like live events, interactive NPCs, and seasonal updates could make the world feel alive and unpredictable. 4. Monetization model. Avoid pay-to-win systems. Many players are wary of NCSoft's monetization strategies. Focusing on cosmetic microtransactions, fair subscription models, or battle passes can improve the game's reputation and player retention. 5. Endgame content. Provide engaging endgame loops. Without compelling content, like challenging raids, leaderboards, or deep crafting systems, players may drop off once they hit the level cap. 6. Social and guild features foster community interaction. Massively multiplayer online role-playing games thrive on social bonds. Expanding guild mechanics, social hubs, and cooperative objectives will encourage collaboration and camaraderie. 7. Performance optimization. Ensure smooth performance on various systems. Poor optimization and frequent bugs can drive players away, even if the core gameplay is solid. Cross-platform play should also feel seamless. 8. Customization and roleplay. Enhance character customization and roleplay tools. Players love making unique avatars and expressing themselves. Options like housing, mounts, and transmog systems would add layers of personalization. 9. Player feedback integration. Actively engage with the community. Transparency and responsiveness are key in MMORPGs. Regular updates based on player input show a commitment to improving the game. Throne and Liberty, like many MMORPGs, may feel boring at max level for a few reasons that are common in games of this genre. Here's an analysis of why players might experience this and some possible solutions developers can implement. Reasons for boredom at max level: lack of engaging endgame content. Once players reach the max level, they expect a robust set of activities like raids, PvP battles, or challenging dungeons. If the content is repetitive or uninspired, it can feel lackluster. Limited world building or story progression post-leveling can contribute to this. Overemphasis on grinding. Many games rely on grinding for gear, materials, or currency, which can feel monotonous without meaningful progression or variety. Players often feel the gameplay becomes a cycle of performing the same tasks without significant rewards. Unbalanced PvP or PvE/PvP systems may be dominated by veteran players, leaving little room for fair competition. PvE content might not scale well, making encounters too easy or irrelevant. Shallow reward systems. If rewards, gear, cosmetics, achievements don't feel impactful or satisfying, players may lose motivation to continue playing. Lack of social or cooperative opportunities. MMORPGs thrive on social interaction. If guild systems, cooperative gameplay, or community-driven events are underdeveloped, the experience can feel isolating. Inaccessible or time-gated content. Some games lock the best content behind steep time commitments or heavy RNG mechanics, frustrating players who want more immediate gratification. How developers can improve the endgame: introduce varied endgame activities, add raids, dynamic events, or rotating content to keep the experience fresh. Create systems that allow players to impact the world, such as territory control or player-driven economies. Improve PvP systems. Ensure PvP is balanced and rewarding for all skill levels. Introduce seasonal rankings, leaderboards, or unique PvP rewards. Make rewards meaningful. Offer rewards that provide both power and personalization, like unique gear, mounts, or story-related unlocks. Use progression systems that aren't purely based on RNG. Enhance community features. Encourage collaboration through guild missions, cooperative world bosses, or cross-server activities. Add social hubs, housing, or mini-games to foster community interaction. Create regular updates, release expansions, new zones, or quests to maintain player interest. Introduce timed events or limited-time challenges to drive engagement. Respect players' time. Offer content for both hardcore and casual players, ensuring everyone feels included. If you're finding Throne and Liberty boring, it might be worth taking breaks, exploring other games, or engaging with the community to see if others share your sentiments. Often, developers pay attention to player feedback and might address these concerns in future updates.